Hey everybody, it's Chris from transientmobile.com. Today will be the mix overview video for Scarlet Blue Reacher. So we're going to have all the plugins going except the ones that are automated. And I'll show you how we played on dynamics. I skipped over the egg shaker and the tambourine. I figure they come in. I did a little bit of muting, a little bit of roll off on EQ. You guys know the story on that. What I wanted to show you mainly for this video was this automation, some of the other stuff I did to get the overall mix to have some energy and life. So this song's definitely got some cool quiet spots and some loud rockin' spots on its own. Didn't need any help from me. On here I wanted a little bit of compression, just to kind of glue the whole thing together. Sometimes I'll stick this on right at the start. Sometimes I'll get it a little bit going, a little quarter into the mix maybe, throw it on, and then start making decisions. A little bit of makeup gain, low threshold, as low as it'll go, and a 2-to-1 ratio. And the analog or something I use, drums, sometimes bass, sometimes even vocals, but sometimes I'll add it on the last part of the signal chain, the submaster or the master fader, whichever one you want to look at or call it. And I use it, what I would consider fairly sparingly, but it adds a little bit of punch and drive. So I'll start off just letting you hear that.
Went to hide her and left her reaching for the door.
Just a little sparkle. I ended up loving that plugin. I haven't tried a whole lot of other saturators, but I ended up liking that one quite a bit. Here on my automation fader, basically what I like to do is run my drums here into a drum bus and so on and so forth. Bass, acoustic guitars, electrics, vocal, everything goes through their own buses here, and including my effects. And then everything that's a major bus I end up taking over to this automation. So everything that says auto, which would be all these guys, they go into my automation fader. So my thinking behind that is, if there's a part of a song I want the energy to boost on, I don't want to have to go back and adjust, every little individual thing. I will show you a case in point. With the drums, I have some automation going on. So here, there's a couple sections where I wanted the drums to pop a little bit. So I don't want that to change if I have to make the whole mix do something. So later on in here, like guitars, I kind of drop down or bring up. And same thing goes with my automation fader. So if I want the whole mix to do whatever I'm asking it, volume-wise, dynamics-wise, here I kind of drop this down a little before we get to the second chorus, bring the bridge down, back up for the final chorus. So that's why I end up running through this automation fader before I go to my submaster, and this guy gets my last plugins before it leaves. Partially what I wanted to show you was just these little dynamic moves. So here we'll hear towards the end of this verse, I drop it down a hair, and then we come back in for the second chorus.
But she's the reason that I used to smile. She always makes me want to try. She always makes me want to cry. Drive the water reach.
That's given a little bit of a dynamic shift there. And same thing here, the bridge. I mean, these guys already break it down. They drop stuff out. They know what they're doing. But on here, you're just kind of enhancing it or putting a little more spotlight on it.
I am so tired. Forsaken dreams is what you gave to me. You're just a liar.
And that just goes through the bridge section until we hit this last chorus. Let me think of the other things I wanted to show you guys. I think that pretty much rounds out any of the trick moves I pulled as far as dynamics and all that stuff. Nothing groundbreaking, just trying to get spots within the song to have energy and stick out where I wanted it to stick out. That's about it. Guitars I took out on the bridge even bigger than the rest. Vocals we went through and I showed you that. Bass line, same thing. And a couple spots on the drums. Alright, so other than those few dynamic moves with the bass, dropping the drums out, taking the guitars down, and doing a little bit of effects automation, that pretty much concludes what I did on this thing. And I ended up liking this mix quite a bit. It's just a cool song. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this little mix overview. You can get into a little more nuts and bolts. But I thought you guys might dig just going a little rundown on building the song up and some of the dynamic moves that were done and some of the creative choices that were done with the delay on the drums and the bridge section with the vocals. So I hope you guys like this quick little mixing overview. Leave some comments. Let me know if there's other video you guys want to see. Once again, this is Chris at transientmobile.com. Thanks for checking out the videos, and I'll see you guys on the next round.
I am so tired